Hey guys, my name is Zediac and welcome back to another episode of Woodville here in City Skylines 2, which we're now witnessing the train running through the brand new line that we created in the last episode. We have now ran through and built this brand new line that connects all the way up to Sycamore Woods from our new harboured area. And it now allows us to have access to all these little peninsulas over all these little rivers. We now have access to all this land that we can pretty much utilize and start building. But before we do, we still have a few more things that we need to kind of get set up before we're ready to start working in this area. There's going to be a lot of buildings over here right now, boys. A lot of population growth. It's really going to kind of increase the everything and all the demands within Woodville. But it's not going to be one city. It's going to be a bunch of different communities, which I'm kind of really excited about, boys. Now, before we can do all that, there's still a few things we've got to do. We've got the infrastructure in. We still need to get a little bit more in. We've got the shipping in. We've got a cargo terminal down here. We've got a couple of little highways that do run, but they will eventually change when we start building a bit more. We got our first bit of infrastructure with the road layout on this peninsula, which looks really, really good. And of course, we've got train lines connected up for public transportation, and we've utilized each of these stations as being the main hub for each of these smaller towns that we're going to be creating. But there's a few more things we've got to get done. And we're going to utilize this cargo island down here for all of this. Oh, hello, I pressed the wrong button there, didn't I? So we need to extend the utilities. We need to extend the public transport capacities. And this is the perfect island for all of this. I need more power, I need more water, I need more garbage, and I need more buses and taxis having their hubs based on this little island. Now, some of the stuff we don't really need to increase the capacity, but what I need to do is I need to create the ability to kind of give us greater coverage. So, power, it would be nice to have something down here. It creates more connectivity. Same with water, so don't overload any of the pipe systems. And then when it comes to like, our buses and taxis, it's nice to have hubs over here. So when we start building in this area, we've got the greater coverage. So guys, if you are enjoying this series so far, make sure you smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you are new around here so you do get notified when more episodes do come out. But we need to create, I'm not going to call this a utility island because we're going to have a little bit more than just utilities, but it's going to be pretty much a very, very transformative utility island. So let's see then our current stats. When it comes to power, we're actually getting pretty close right now for needing to produce more power. We will be once we build this new area. Water's okay. Water and sewage seem to be pretty good right now. You could argue sewage is, needed more than the water, so we got to think about that. Garbage, we're fine, mate. We're absolutely fine, but having buildings over here, even though there's buildings over there right now, will give us great coverage for collecting around these areas as well. And we'll try and get a few other bits and bobs down too. So I think I'll start then with looking at power. Now, there's a few variations to which we could pretty much go with, and we've kind of got to be a bit careful. I could do solar panels over here, but it is quite a big building considering it doesn't need to be that big. The nuclear plant, would it look kind of ridiculous having a nuclear plant over here? In a weird way, I don't think it would if it was kind of built like this. It would look quite interesting, wouldn't it? Having a nuclear power plant on the island as they approach. That could be wild, but it would kind of sort out my electricity for quite some time. We've got gas, we've got battery storage, so it does give us an output, but it does have a capacity. I don't know if you have to kind of charge it, I'm not too sure. We've got coal, we've got a small coal, and we've got all wind turbines. Now, I do want to try and keep it clean, where nuclear is pretty much as clean as you can get. It's just the side effects if things go wrong are quite negative. Am I about to build a nuclear plant right now on this island? I think I might have lost my mind, boys. I think I officially might have lost my mind. I think I'm going to. This might be a bad choice, a bad decision, but I kind of like the aesthetics of as you're approaching on a cruise ship for the first time into Woodville, you surpass a nuclear plant. That's absolutely terrifying. It really is. Right, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to bring this out ever so slightly. I'm going to keep it on 4-lane roads as it connects to the highway. And then we're going to utilize these alley-style roads as being the roads that we kind of build a perimeter going around. Now, am I able to build the nuclear plant? Oh, this is a question right now. Where do I want the huge chimneys? Do I want it on this side or flipped around? I think visually it looks a lot better being on the outer side. Right, okay, so if I was to put that there, I've got to understand how much land I now need to reclaim. So going from here, if I bring this up and then just kind of push this out slightly, I just first initially want to see if we're in the right ballpark here. The answer is yes. That will do. So if I go up to about there. Now, that's a complete guess right there. That is a complete guess. Let me now get rid of all of this. And no, we've got to go over by... Would you say 2 more? Would you say here? Get rid of them. Put you... Ah, there we go. Perfect. So how far down do I want to then implement it? So let me go a little bit further on the road placement now. And let me drop you in there. So if I was to go to about there, what do you reckon? I'll try and see if I can align it where we're in alignment. So about there is the question. Oh, I need anarchy. Right, I've got to unfortunately anarchy this in. Right, there is the answer, which will give me the land, right? Oh, no. Okay, delete. Right, that didn't go to plan. That didn't go to plan right there. Right, let me bring this up and across. So it does mean we are reclaiming quite a bit of land, and I'm going to have to make it look kind of good at the same time. But now we have set up a beautiful system. So that is now going to go to... I need to reclaim even more land. I've just realized. Right, get out of here, fool. But that should do... Look at that. Look at that approach right now. That is absolutely fantastic. Right, let me pause right now, because this is going to cause absolute chaos. It really is. Right, back to the landscaping. We want to... I'm going to kind of overextend, and then the smoothie tool will do the rest of the work for me. Alright, there we go. And then just bring it in down to there. Nice. And then I'll utilize the smoothie tool right now to soften it. So we'll do a first pass initially. To kind of lay it all out. And then down to here. There we go. And then we push it back a bit more. Nice. And I'm probably going to cut that in there a little bit more than the others. And try and make it not look too square. Right, play mode then, because now the water's got to settle around it. That'll have to now do its thing. I think it's doing its thing, right? Is the water settling, boys? I think we're visually just missing the sand. Right, there we go. Look at that. Look at that. One thing I didn't actually check right now is where the wind was blowing. Maybe we should kind of check that real quick. Right, it's blowing that way. Okay, that's all good. Could you imagine if it blew this way? I don't know if it does... Does it produce dirty pollution? I don't quite remember what a nuclear plant does. I know it's clean energy. But it's the side effects if it goes wrong are destructive. So I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure, boys. Right, let me finish up then with this. So is there any buildings we can extend off this? There is none. So I'm now going to finish up with my perimeter road. So where's the perimeter here? Are we... It's looking to try and snap to this, but I don't think it needs to... Ooh, do I snap it to that? Do I kind of have it go around? Oh, there we go. There we go. So... Yeah, we'll roll with that. We will roll with that. We've got a lot of connections we've got to do, which is going to be real interesting right now. Right, bring you right down. And we've got a little bit of an extension there. Let me just get rid of you. And then we've got to squeeze everything else now technically around it. What a beauty right now is all I'm going to say. What a beauty. So we've got to get it connected to the main grid. And to do that, we do the power lines underneath. Now, I will I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to bring you out. Like that. I'll bring each one out like this. And you as well. I don't know why. I'm just doing it like that. Which that means now, to get the power from this, I have to build multiple transformer stations leading around. That's not a problem. It does mean that we're now producing extra... Oh my goodness me, so much. So much power. Which also should mean I should now be exporting a lot of power. Because now you can see the power's coming out of it. Yes, we're now exporting 400 megawatts. We could export more than that, but is that just the limit of the power right now? Look at the power going directly out. It is wild, isn't it? Is it the only way it goes out? No, it goes out multiple ways. So that should like dramatically increase my revenue. So service fees, electricity fees. Is that classed as the export as well? Service? No, there you go. 200,000 big ones on electricity being exported. Damn. That is a lot, isn't it? That really is a lot. It provides nearly 300 employees, which is great. And that's the power taken care of, boys. That is the power currently taken care of. So next I want to look at a little bit of garbage. And we're going to go for... Oh, now I know we have garbage over here. We've got industrial waste processing and an incineration plant. I think because the wind's blowing this way, it might be a good shout to kind of squeeze in an incineration plant as well. It is a fairly large-ish style building. So if I was to place this down here, okay, we're going to have to kind of utilize a little bit of the terraining as well. So push this out like that. And then smoothing it. Right, there we go. Smoothie. Nice. Is there any extensions? There is extensions to it. There is an extra furnace. There is a... What was that there? That was a garbage truck depot extension. Then we've got the storage extension. Okay, we won't get the storage extension. But what else did we have over here? The industrial waste processing. Which is this. Which I'm wondering if I can kind of now squeeze into the side. If not, it's not the end of the world. That went wild. Oh, hello. That went really wild. And boom, and boom. I might need to reclaim a little bit more land just to kind of bulk it out slightly. Right, it looks very straight there now, doesn't it? Yeah. Right, what about that other building? Right. I could actually have this slightly hang off. Or I could slightly... Now, if that's slightly hung off, it wouldn't then be such a straight run. Let me see how this looks. Because it will give me a little bit more land to work with. And to play around with. So I'm going to bring this... Ooh, okay. So we kind of caught up right now with the ferry line system. So let me just kind of go around this. And then what we'll do, we'll soften this off completely. And I'll redo that line. Right, let me see. Okay, right, I see where the line is. Let me delete. It doesn't actually utilize anything there, does it? So I can just actually naturally connect it to this. So, not the cargo, what is it? The very narrow. That's all it's got to do. So I can actually now go and be normal here. So go around like that. I am extending this island quite large right now. So I've got to be careful that I don't overdo it. Alright, smoothie, smoothie, smoothie. It is quite a big drop. Smoothie in. And then smooth to get the land. That should do us for now. Any extensions to this? No. Right, build a perimeter going around here. So I get a little bit of space now to kind of squeeze a few extra bits and bobs in. That's all I'm really bothered about. That is all I'm really bothered about. Now, the incineration plant can also produce power, so I'll connect you up like that. You get something a little bit extra coming out. Lots of jobs are now going to be on this island. So that is now power and garbage taken care of. Now, do I do a bit of water? I know... Oh, yes. Because now we're sucking up more for sewage. It's the sewage which I need more of. So I can get a water treatment plant, which this is to do with our sewage upkeep. A water treatment plant is its own building, which is vastly different from the... Hold on, is it the same thing? It is, isn't it? Yeah, I'm thinking of the wrong thing right there. We got the Japan one, which does 400,000. Do you know what? The Japan one might be good enough, but let me just see. Let me just see. Does the Japan one have extensions onto the building? It doesn't. And how much did that improve it by? As we wait. Water treatment. Does this do sewage? It does. But it hasn't changed my sewage treatment rate. No. If I dropped another one in? Oh, it's because I'm paused. It's because the whole time I was paused. What a fool. What a fool right now. Right, that should now update shortly, right? Oh my goodness, me 1.7. Okay, I don't need two of them. I think I'll get rid of this one. And I think I'll reposition this to go sideways. Right, do we feel like these buildings are a little bit too close? I don't know. But that's sewage right now. I want to do buses and taxis next. We do have this space here to work with and a bit of space over there as well. So it's like, you know, there is availability. But let me see what the bus depot sitch is like at this point. Bus depot. See, we could get the bus depot situated around here. So if I was to, say, for example, delete you, and then I turn this from that point there into a normal road, I could drop that there, but that's awfully close. So I could delete and then just create my own variation around here. So I could get the actual normal, we'll go for the alley style road. So they'll utilize both sides. So in theory, I could turn it into, would we say a little bit of a roundabout is the correct answer? I don't know if... Oh, we do it off there. And if I brought it down here, which is 2 away... Right, let me just play around with something right now. So, threw you in there, which means I get my perimeter road going right round. Right, and that is our little bus depot in the center. And we can add in extra garages, which the extra garages I could just throw in. It's quite difficult, isn't it? How many does it provide in general? It provides 25. I don't think I'll need any more than that yet. But we'll do the taxi depot next. So the taxi depot, if I allowed it to come off there, and it doesn't snap perfectly, like it's slightly off-centered. I think it's the electrical grid underneath. But if I move that right over, now that provides 25 taxis additional. And then I bring you down. I know they've got to drive down to kind of go back up, but it kind of utilizes this little bit of dead space. We can add it to a dispatch center so they're automated. And then we have these little garages that we can also then utilize as well. So I could get 1, 2. I think there's room for 3, but it's the power on, it's these lines underneath. I'm going to delete these. And that should stop this alignment, I'm hoping. Not really, no. Right, if I do that, we're hoping we can now squeeze 3 in. So if I go 1, 2, 3, and then I'll use the move it tool. Why can't I select them with the move it tool? Wait, really? I can't do that? Right, we'll turn all the snapping stuff off. And let me get this right into there. We'll reposition this one then. Spin it right round and get it right into there. But apparently there's no road access. So what if I spin this one right round the opposite way? Huh? Alright, delete yeah, because clearly there's something wrong with that one. Right, move you, but with... Right, you were doing so good. Until we placed you in. And now all of a sudden it doesn't want to work. It's like it's okay for that brief moment. So that's okay there, but this one's not going to be okay. Right, okay. Now I want to turn this one around. So they're all facing the same direction. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. 63 employees, 55 vehicles. Right, that will do me. So I do want to reposition this a little bit better. So I don't know whether to now kind of actually just turn this and make it face and put the snapping back on. I slightly bring it away and off. Let me see. Let me just do something like this. Oh, I could also put it there. Is it looking weird in the shadows? Does it fit sideways? Oh, that's kind of annoying. Let me put that back. Right, I'm just trying to play around with the spacings of all of this. It's kind of annoying, but I can put some car parking down there, the single file stuff. To fill in the dead space. Well, at least I think I can. At least I think I can right now. Where's this? Is there? Do I have the singular row stuff? Oh, I'm thinking of that, aren't I? Yeah, I thought we had like a single, like 1x8 or something like that. I'll place down some trees. Right, that fits in that dead space, which means I can get rid of this. So what am I now officially... what am I officially now missing? I have power, I have garbage, I have sewage. I don't have clean water, drinking water, but I don't need that. Okay? I don't need that for some time. I've got additional buses and I've got additional taxis right now. We've got cargo, which is all good. So we've got the power. We've done sewage, not going to do clean water. We've done garbage. Ooh, do I add some fire services down here? We need to give this like a little bit of a name, this area. Fire and police? Would that feel right in this area? I mean, we could throw in some of this. It's not a problem. But I think the... Oh, the helicopter fighting depot. Wait, is that something I haven't unlocked? How big is this? Okay, it's actually not that big. And it's something that we could squeeze in. And I'm going to drop it there, which obviously means more land stuff. But we have the helicopter depot down here, which is good, right? Right, go big like that, because the smoothie will make more sense. Alright, there we go. Any extensions to it? No extensions. We'll get the road going and go around it quickly. Right, this island, I'm really already super impressed. Firefighting down there with helicopters, that sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Policing? I don't think we need policing, but we'll... Any helicopters for policing? We can get helicopters only on certain police buildings though, right? That's a prison. Not on that one, boy. Police headquarters. I think this one has the extension for it, but way too big. The EE one. Or I'll just keep it like small and simple. Southwest styling. I could maybe throw in one around here. What am I doing with the road here anyway? Do I just create a connection to it? I could do something like the southwest one there, and then what about a little bit of medical? I could do a... That's way too big. It's just something to have in this area because there is a lot of workers. The Japan one? There's a lot of workers in this vicinity, so it kind of makes sense to have these services nearby. I'm about to say, why have you not got power? Any extensions to these? We've got the ability to have a carpool and extra cells. We've got the ability to have an health check building to it. Now that is utility. Yeah, am I missing anything else? Is the question. You could argue a train yard would be good, but I don't think I have the space for that, and I don't want to try and implement one in because it would just look a complete mess. So I think the last thing I need to do for this little facility then is, of course, boys, you already knew that this was coming. You already knew that this was coming right now. Some trees. Now I think, let me take away the anarchy and go multiple trees to begin with. Let me just see where it places them down before I do the manual placement. Because I also want to try and manually place some on the actual... in the buildings, if that makes sense. So like doing stuff like running down here. And then if there's any greenery sections, like there and there and there, I throw a couple of trees in to make it feel like it's all part of it. So this might take me a while on the nuclear plant right now, but these larger trees are fantastic. Right, there is power lines there you got to be careful of. And then run the odd one down. There we go. Just down there. There's a couple I can drop just here. Very nice, very nice. Some just there, down here. A couple there, a couple down here. Watch out for the helicopters. I think that's all we're going to do. What an island, boys. What an island right now. Holy moly. So if I put a district around this, I want to see how many jobs this now creates. Just this island on its own. Cherrybrook. Guys, we need a name for this island, by the way. We need a name. 1,173. So we need to put some car parks down. That's a given. Okay, there's a lot of people there that they need to park somewhere. Alright, it's a nice little strip here we can put in. Right. I'm going to have to get rid of the trees. Oh, snap, I've just deleted the car parks. Right, there we go. A couple of car parks there. Not a bad idea. The car parking buildings. Throw one there. Just want to squeeze a few little trees around it, though. So that's 42 there. But we do need to bring public transport over. Do I create a bus route from over here? Or actually, I might wait until I've built up these areas a bit more because I can integrate the bus route with a few more stops. It would make a lot more sense. It would make a lot more sense for us. So at the minute, they're going to have to drive here. So I'll fast forward then. I don't know if we'll see anybody utilize the car park straight away. And there is probably need for a few more. Something right there with an extension. That's a big boy straight away, boys. And then we probably need a few around here as well. Can I squeeze in like some smaller ones? Trying to get that to turn. Like that there, so I can then drop a couple of trees either side of it. Right, there we go. There we go. So they're going to access it from this highway coming that way. Because we're yet to extend that one. But, what a beauty. Imagine coming on a cruise ship when you had to sail past a nuclear power plant. So has it created any pollution from the get-go yet? Ground pollution? Air pollution? Noise pollution? You can see the ground pollution elsewhere in wind. So it's not too shabby. Got to be a bit mindful of this, so I can't obviously build too far up. But I think we'll be okay. There's going to be no stresses, no worries. No stress, no worries. Any vehicles parking yet? There's one vehicle over than that one. But yeah, a lot of jobs. 1,100 jobs here. It's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. So that should keep us going for a bit of time. For a bit of time. And when it comes to our kind of services then, trade, I'm exporting $2 million worth of electricity. You heard that right. $2 million of electricity is now currently being exported. Yikes. That is a lot. That is a lot right now. And then here are all my service fees. So do you think I could then think about lowering electricity for all my residents? Guys, you haven't got to pay so much now for electricity. You know what I mean? I could reduce the budget down to 60% for the service fee. I don't mind saving a few pennies. Same with the water as well, 60%. Come on, guys. I'm such a nice guy. I'm such a great mayor right now. Which low water fees, low electricity fees is now +2. Amazing. Right, guys. Next episode, we're going to officially start moving people into these brand new areas. If you're hyped for that, smash the like button down below. But until next time, I will see you all soon. So, goodbye.